Welcome, everybody. This is Dr. Keith with Dads for Life once again for another, I don't know how many we've done, Ariel, Straight Talk for Parents right here on Zoom each Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are actually we're going around the world tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You have no idea who I got with us tonight, but you're getting ready to meet him. If you do not know the magnificent, wonderful Mr. Jai Garcia of theconfidencegym.com, you're going to know him real soon. But let's travel first. Before we go to the UK with Mr. Jai, we're going to go to Australia with Miss Ariel, my dear friend, my co-host, and among all else, just a dear friend, Miss Ariel Wheeler. Welcome, Miss Ariel, to the show again tonight.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for the amazing introduction, Keith. It's so great to have Jai here. Jai has been a regular contributor to the Straight Talk with Parents show. So I just want to say thank you so much, Jai, for coming in, and we're super grateful. And also to my co-host, Keith, who comes to every week with Straight Talk with Parents with amazing guests. So all praise to you, my friend, and thank you for the introduction.
Okay, well, thank you, Ariel. We'll be back to Australia shortly, but ladies and gentlemen, I have a dear friend here because I met him over a year ago, I think, Jai, on Periscope. So in Perryland, we actually met. Something attracted me about Jai, and that was just simply his confidence, the way he came across with people, the way he just laid it out, and just so simplistic sometimes for me to understand. And I tell you, I mean, he got my attention. So I followed him a few Periscopes, and I just reached out to him in his inbox. I said, man, we got to connect because I don't know what you're up to, but I want to be a part of it. So we are going to introduce a dear friend who started the confidencegym.com. He's based in the UK. And then I was very fortunate to be in the UK last fall and actually had a chance to meet with Jai and work with him closely in some things that I was doing and some things he was doing. We've just kind of built that relationship, but it started on Periscope, ladies and gentlemen. And as I've said in my other past teachings, you know, things can go good on the internet sometimes and things can go bad. Well, this happened to be good, and Jai is changing the world. He's helping a lot of people, and I'm so excited to have my dear friend who we're going to talk about confidence in children tonight while building confidence in ourselves, Mr. Jai Garcia, the Get Self-Belief Movement. Welcome, Jai, to Straight Talk for Parents.
With an intro like that, I think I'm done. Thank you for having me. Keith, Ariel, it's an absolute joy to be here. I believe what you guys do is absolutely incredible. It's an absolute honor to be part of it. So thank you so much for having me. I'm very happy to share what I know.
Well, thank you, Jai. Let's go back a little bit, Jai. Over a year ago, Ariel and I didn't know each other. You and I didn't know each other. You and Ariel barely knew each other, I guess, through
Absolutely.
the internet. But I want to tell you that I am what you've done with your little intergroup that we created way back then is I know we're going to talk about what's coming up in May again, but what you did was absolutely amazing. How you took a bunch of people who were either trying to refire or whatever, just get their brand going, and you just kind of built confidence in them the way you do things. So, hey, I see we have a guest coming in tonight. Great, Debbie, welcome. Welcome to the Straight Talk for Parents. So we're just going to mute you out for a little bit, and then we'll be back with you for any questions, if that's all right with you. But welcome to the show. So anyway, so here we are. We're here this almost, over a year later, and we have all grown in our own branding and everything. So we're so excited to have what you've done for us as we're continuing that ripple effect that we talk about a lot, Jai. So let's go ahead and just start. All right, Jai, tell us a little bit about you, the confidencegym.com, the Get Self-Belief Movement, whatever you want to say to parents. And then we're going to get into actually talking about how we can build confidence in ourselves to build confidence in our company or in our children mainly. So, Jai, take it away.
I absolutely love it. So, I really believe in confidence. I think that's where everything stems from. My own confidence journey was tough, and I knew that if you learn the fundamentals of confidence, we can apply it to our lives, and definitely using that ripple effect affect the people who are nearest and dearest to the people that are closest to us, and we can keep impacting people that way. And so I've got a show on Periscope called Get Self-Belief TV, where I talk about confidence, everything about confidence. So moving people from anxiety to confidence, people that want to refire, people that want to restart, people that want to get back on track, people that have lost a bit of their self-belief, so that we can get that confidence and we can have all the things that that we're working for.
So actually, people, even though you have confidence, maybe you've paid for confidence courses, or maybe you've done some personal development or anything like that for yourself personally, there are ways that we can actually start losing that confidence, right?
Sadly, yep. So at any stage of our life, there can be a small chain of events. There could be the perfect storm that can come and just wipe it away. And it's my job to sort of help dust you off, help you find, that inner power, that diamond that's still within you, so you can shine again, so you can glow and grow. The confidence will never totally disappear, but remembering that you have that can diminish through certain circumstances for people. And so once you know, you can be better forewarned to prevent these things from happening again. But definitely once you go through the kind of teachings that I like to teach, it's the, okay, so overused, but it's to make you like Teflon, that nothing will stick, so you can keep that confidence. We're going to get the dents, we're going to get the challenges, but nothing will drag you down the way they used to.
Well, I have been drugged down in my past, and especially coming out of a 30-year career, and I've seen what you did to actually help me just kind of refire that. And and between you and Ariel and the other team members, we just kind of built this cohesiveness. And I know you're going to get ready to start a new class, and we're going to be a part of that. We're excited about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's kind of get down to something. First of all, I want to reset a little bit. I am Dr. Keith with Dads for Life. My friend Ariel of Her Brand, a brand specialist down in Australia, wonderful lady, wonderful company, wonderful branding technology she has. And then our friend is Jai Garcia tonight of Get Self-Belief Movement, and we're going to get a little bit more into what he's talking about. But I want to welcome all our Periscope viewers tonight, Jai. We are jumping on the Periscope wagon tonight. Yay! I'm excited about that. So I want to tell everybody on Periscope, if you are watching and you have a question for Jai tonight, we'll get to it as soon as we can. We want to make sure that you can send that, and we are watching you. Well, thank you. I'm seeing some notes come in, and I appreciate those. I'm trying to watch those. Thank you for the hearts and the sharing out with inviting your followers. Straight Talk for Parents is here each Monday night, and we are helping parents to try to connect with their kids. Hello to all my friends on Periscope. I see those notes coming in, but let's just keep on rolling with Jai. Jai, move your right shoulder and let's see that your TV, your Get Self-Belief Periscope. There it is. You might want to screenshot that, ladies and gentlemen, because he is definitely a master when it comes to trying to help build confidence. So let's get into this tonight. Have you been able to pinpoint why people lose confidence in themselves when they're trying to accomplish their dreams and goals? They kind of lose traction.
Yes. And so everyone talks about confidence and having the self-belief. And my favorite one is that, oh, look, just believe in yourself. And people are very, very quick to just say, be yourself, believe in yourself, just be more confident. Okay, then, if it really were that easy, just hearing somebody say, hey, you're okay. Just get over it, just move on. If it really were that easy, then yeah, then I would have overcome my own confidence issues like that. So there are a number of steps. There are a number of layers. So you've got to create those foundations. You've got to create your team, and you've got to have the right strategy. So just the words, hey, be yourself, believe in yourself, just doesn't cut it for as well-meaning as somebody can be. A good example. Just somebody complimenting you and telling you, hey, it's not a problem, or hey, it's going to be okay, or it's not that bad. Well-meaning people can sometimes be more of a harm to you. So a lot of people will say the things that you want to hear and not give you the stuff that's really going to cause a change in you.
I can certainly understand that for sure. I wanted to kind of just tell you that we are really getting a lot of attention. Just when I see you come on, I see you getting a lot of attention, but I see a lot of folks coming on our Periscope tonight. And I just want to I just throw out something. I want you to kind of just tell me what you think about this idea. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Jai Garcia here. Get Self-Belief. I want to see how many hearts you can give him tonight. For whoever gives us as many hearts as you want to give tonight, okay, we're going to try to figure it out before the end of the broadcast. I would like to give you a free book of Daily Connections, our book, or Meet Officer Keith, whichever one you want, for your little kid or grandkid or something like that, and I'll personally sign it. And then, but I want you to make sure that you're following Jai Garcia, because he's just wonderful. He's bubbly like this all the time, but when you work with him in person, I can tell you he works you hard. Okay. So let's go on to a couple more questions here, and then we're going to get down to Australia. All right. And then look at your websites. Was there a time, Jai, when you just realized that, okay, I got to get out of this slump. I've got to turn my life around so I can start helping other people. So you basically found Get Self-Belief for Jai Garcia, the founder of Get Self-Belief and theconfidencegym.com. Was there a time? Can you pinpoint that?
I can still recall the time. And so typically I don't like to bring it up because it's a dark time. And so I'll share a bit of my story, and remember, it's not just going to happen to you once. It's going to be several different stages of your life. So I think specifically the one I'm going to share today, I'm going to go with the facade. So we're looking at about 23 years ago. I'm a successful personal trainer, and all of my clients believed that I was incredibly confident. And it was a lie. I was absolutely hiding how frightened I was, how insecure I was as I was trying to build my business. And okay, so when you do deeper work with me, we get to the root of this stuff, and we find out why on earth would you have doubts like that? And so something that really affected my own confidence was the fact that externally I appeared so confident. Everything seemed excellent. My income was great. I was a picture of physical fitness. I had amazing hair. Everything seemed fine. I was always wearing a smile, wearing great clothes, having incredible muscles and definition. But inside, I was lacking the confidence, and I was acting the confident coach at the time. And that was so tiring. That was so hard. Trying to keep that illusion for people, because I believe that the more confident I was, that I could just give people this confidence that they needed, at the same time seeing them develop, and inside I was just getting darker and wearing myself out and it destroys you. Not being yourself will destroy you.
Jai, I can relate to that. There's been a few dark areas in my own life, and people sometimes say, "Oh man, what you do is awesome. If I could do that or whatever." I say, "Really? How about doing what I did to get to where I'm at now?" Most people don't want to do that, do they? And I remember when I had some amazing hair too, Jai. So it's okay, my friend. That's why we relate so much together, right? All right. I want to go into talking about children, but I want to kind of defer down or go down to my friend in Australia, our friend, Ms. Ariel, and see if anything's come up on the Australian side. But I'd like to share your website a little bit, and then I'd like to get into actually talking about our children and how we can do that. Actually, somebody just sent us a note to you and me on Periscope. Are you ready for this, Jai? Says bald
Oh,
is
sorry.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, twin moms. We love you. Thank you for saying that.
Oh, Judy, fabulous.
That's right. That's right, Judy. So, all right, Ariel, what do you have for Josh?
Yeah, I have this really totally awesome question to ask you. It's totally kick-ass. Is there different types of confidence? And if there is, what type of confidence do you have?
So that's an exercise that I get my clients to go through. So you need to label and brand your own style of confidence, and mine now is just totally authentic. It's the so I'm a bit of an introvert, so I can have confidence being absolutely quiet, and I can have the confidence when I just need to coach and be out there a little bit. So I would say, I wish I could find a better name for it, but I think authentic describes it the best. Actually, or honest or compassionate. So a very real confidence.
Almost like a natural confidence that you have, that you cultivate over time.
Yeah.
This is something that you just ooze naturally. So let's just say if I wasn't confident, how would I become confident?
So the whole structure of confidence is about first removing the shackles, removing the weight on your shoulders. So if you follow the coaching model, then you can just follow several steps and have a little roadmap and follow that. And sometimes there are deeper issues. And so you've got to really get rid of that baggage. So it's a combination of that. So the very first thing would be get rid of the biggest negative drain on your energy. And that, remember, that can be a real thing. So, there could be a very negative person in your life. There could be something that really saps your energy, or it could be just your way of thinking. It could really be the fact that you think in a certain way that drags your own confidence down, or maybe you've got this own belief in yourself that you're not ready or you don't deserve, certain successes. Hi.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I have a great question for a mum, and I'm sure that many of our viewers here are mummies. She's definitely involved in the conversation here. It's Mummy Day today. How would a mother cultivate confidence so that, when things can get very frustrating and very stressful, like, for example, for me, hosting a show with my daughter and watching her in the corner of my eye, and I'm sure that many of our mummies can relate when we're at the shopping market, for example. How do we keep that composure, that confidence that everything is well when everything's going crazy?
Absolutely fantastic question. I found when I became a parent, and I had a lot of confidence, my own confidence got challenged because there's another little new life that's challenging the way you understood the world. And so my biggest tip is release all of it. Release the expectation that you've got to be an amazing parent. Accept that you have a child, and that any other parent is instantly going to sympathize with you, as opposed to judging you. So a common thing is they're going to think I'm a bad mom. They're going to think my child is out of control. They're going to think I don't give my child attention. And it's have the complete and total faith that every other parent, every other decent parent is going to realize, hey, I remember that time. I remember the fatigue. I remember my child just not understanding or paying any attention to me, or my child playing up. And it's one day in the future so the more difficult it is right now, you will look back and see a parent struggling with a toddler, and hopefully you'll remember the time that you've struggled, and look at that parent with very kind and loving eyes, and maybe just a lift of the eyebrow or a thumbs up to send that back. So rest assured, every single parent, in the early stages, goes through that. But when it's new to you, it's the, how am I going to, certain feelings of overwhelm, arise.
That is just a prime example, right?
Fantastic example.
And that's what we do as parents. We somehow muster the courage to keep going on. There we go. There's more going on here. So for any parent out there who maybe see me struggling right now, it's just having that confidence just to keep pushing on and just keep enduring, because there is good times ahead. And even though that, like Jai just said, what's some of the tips that we can share if our child is a little bit unruly? Because I know that confidence can play a huge role in that as well.
A fabulous question. Thank you, Ariel. Okay.
You're welcome.
And so it's our job as a parent to ooze that confidence, because so for example, if yourself and Keith didn't have the confidence in me, if you didn't have the confidence in a guest, would you even invite them into your show? So it's our job to have so much confidence, that it's going to put everybody at ease, so that you know what you're going to get. So, a child is constantly looking, at their parents, at their mom, at their dad, for the confidence, for the kindness, for the direction, for the boundaries. And so as soon as you can really, really feel that, all I have is love for you. I know I'm doing my best. I know I'm going to make mistakes, but what I have is unconditional love. I'm going to give you the very best of me. I'm going to bring you into my work life. I'm going to share what my world looks like. I'm going to give you 100% undivided time. That's how we build our confidence in ourselves, by realizing, hey, I'm doing the very best that I can, and that's it.
Absolutely.
And trust that it is your best, because it's maybe I should be doing better, and it's no, you are doing the best you can right now.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that many mummies can relate to that sometimes that we feel that our best is not enough. So having my daughter here on the show is just a great example of what parenting is, and the amount of bloopers that we've had so far, because I have my daughter here with me. And I just want to show parents that if there's any of you out there thinking that you can't host a talk show or be online or show up the way that you want to show up, know that yes, that you can still do it with your child sitting on your lap. So I want to give parents some, thumbs up and encouragement that yes, that you can do it, and know that you can have the confidence to do it anyway. So now we're talking about confidence, Jai. Let's pop over to your website, and I like to highlight this here for you and show all of our Periscope viewers. And if all those Periscope viewers definitely press on those likes and those hearts for Jai for us, because we are looking to get to 1,000 here today. Okay, let me know when we can see the website.
Aha.
Woohoo! Here we are live. Fantastic. So, Jai, just tell us a little bit about your website here for us, please.
So on the website, I've disabled the video because very soon I'm going to be opening up my Get Self-Belief program again. And so my big message is once you can tap into your own confidence, you can be unstoppable. And the most common excuse for everybody is, I haven't got the time, I don't have the money, I'm just too busy, I've got so many things going on. By having that confidence within you, by having a structure that works, by knowing a system that gets results, you can have that belief that you want, so that you can achieve the things that are going to help you fulfill your dreams, for you to have that endless source of happiness. And so I'm going to be adding the launch video very soon. And so anyone that is interested, please feel free to pop over to the website. You enter your name, and then you got it, and then you got it, yeah, and then and it will be a message from me. There's no autoresponders. I will reply to you individually. Confidence isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'm going to give you some free advice, and then anyone that is interested in my further offerings will be vetted. because in order to get confidence, you need a collective group of people that will support you. And so I want to make sure that you're the right fit, that you're coachable, that you can provide, that you're willing to bring yourself fully to support others.
Absolutely, because that's what confidence is. Confidence isn't just having that ooze of that natural, authentic confidence. It's also building confidence in others. And in doing so, we build our confidence as a team. So it's always great to collaborate with other people, but it's also important that we cultivate our own confidence, because when we cultivate that, that becomes infectious. So everyone that you hang with, everyone that you surround with, and this includes mums and dads as well, is that comes contagious. So it's like a ripple effect. So if there's anyone out there who's looking to become more confident, then Jai Garcia is your guy to get confident. So thank you so much for showing us your website. I believe that Keith has a questionnaire from one of our Periscope viewers, and I would like to highlight that question because I know that person has an amazing question to ask Jai personally about confidence.
Yes, we do. I'm going to go in and unmute our guest who joined in, and she would like to. Debbie, you are unmuted now. If you want to come on and ask Jai that question, we'd love to have you. We can take that video camera, unmute that as well. So if you want, only if you want. It's up to you.
I can do that. Hi.
Hey, Debbie.
How are you, Jai? I just have a question. I have a son who's 22 and has, like all of us, made some poor choices. I'm very confident in my bad choices and getting past them, but I found it's really difficult for a young person to get that confidence, and it's been easier to hide and to get into his cave. And I'm wondering, how can I, as a parent, encourage him to get some confidence back? I know it's personal, but it's frustrating for me. So how would I, as a parent, deal with a child that's lost his confidence and encourage him to get out, to find a job, basically?
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't want to be too mean to guys, but we love our caves, okay? And so we're going to retreat to a place of safety where in this metaphorical cave, there's something that we can feel confident about in that space. And so, sadly, being too comfortable in that cave or too dependent on your cave pictures, what the stuff that you have in your cave that's keeping your illusion of, hey, I'm still coping, stops you going out further. So, over time, I like to teach people who retreat to their caves to realize that the cave is actually very uncomfortable. And that's what's going to draw us out. When you realize that the sun is shining out there, that the world is full of opportunities. And so the stepping stones from getting out of the cave to outside is hope, is knowing that there's going to be support to go from step 1 to step 2 and celebrating step 1. And step 1 can be simply playing a better role in the house. So from the cave dweller to the employee superstar, it could literally be 10 steps, 100 steps. So appreciating every single step, and saying, hey, I really appreciate you taking out the trash. I really appreciate. And Debbie, this is a common occurrence that I hear about, and it's the, really? I've given them so much time and patience already, yet inside it's the, I know, Debbie, that you've gone way beyond the call of duty as a parent, and I know there's still way more within you, and it's a common trait that that they take advantage. That they, so we really have to start from scratch. And it's a case of saying, look, blank slate. I know you made promises before. I know you let yourself down before. I know I gave you a hard time before. And it's about having that peace to begin moving forward again. And encouraging them, to reach out to a far better group that can support them, because they need to realize that there is hope out there, and that it's not a dangerous world full of saber-tooths anymore, that there is support for them, and that the rewards are incredible, and eventually they will realize how uncomfortable their cave can be.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, we're taking one step at a time, and it's a little frustrating, but
Yes, it is incredibly frustrating. Please draw out a little plan so that you can both be clear and be willing to go from step one to staying in a job for 3 months equals 100.
right.
Because every single step of success is what builds the confidence.
Well, I appreciate your time. We could talk for a long time.
Yeah. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, reach out, please.
And Debbie, you should. I know your story. She's a former guest on our show twice, actually, Josh. She's pretty popular with what her work is too. But you two, I'm glad you connected. Ariel probably agree with me there. I think you two should talk
Absolutely.
offline, online, at least off this show at some point. Anyway. All right.
Thanks,
Well,
guys.
thank you, Debbie. We have a question from Periscope. I think I got this question right. I hope so. But, Periscope, the comments come and go real quick if you're not paying attention. But we're going to work on that, Jai. But it came in as a young adult, as having confidence, and then some days losing confidence. And, and anything in life could help you lose confidence. I mean, a job layoff, a supervisor that you know what I'm saying. Anyway, those daily things that they come at you with, but where if you're being torn down a lot, how does someone as a young adult? Okay, I talk about the mirror test when I teach. I talk about looking in the mirror and saying, what can I do to fix you first, and then I can go out and fix the world, right? In fact, Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. How can this person, I think, so get this right, how can they stay on a regular keel of confidence building for themselves and not tear themselves down as much?
Okay, so and this one works really, really well with people that like science fiction, and that's create a force field, create something, your own personal bubble that that you can totally trust. So from within yourself, radiate your confidence, really grow out this aura of confidence and make sure it's genuine. So to start with, you might just start with an energy that just comes from your chest, and then allow that to grow. Because by doing that, then you can, I'm going to backtrack. The thing with confidence is that at the change of a thought, our subjective experience will change. So I need that confidence to feel solid and real, because when you've got other people challenging that or giving you a tough time, I don't want you to begin to question that. So start small and start very, very powerfully and work out. Do not let, so for example, in a work environment, eventually, you've got to watch out because there are bullies. And so know certain boundaries, get advice from other people, and find out if the people you're working with or the environment you're in, people are overstepping the mark. Because it's a dual strategy. That while you're building your own confidence from inside out, make sure that you're very clear on what the threats are. Do not rely on confidence techniques that are only external strategies, or only confidence techniques that are only internal strategies. We've got to be very clear on that internal and outer world strategy. Feel very good within yourself, know what you're doing right, keep improving, but also be very careful of people that might see you as an easy target, that might realize that you've got a nice nature, and who are going to try and tear you down, maybe because they just get a kick out of it. We've got to be clear what's your confidence issue, or what's the potential issue of the bully.
Okay, we have a question here regarding also on Periscope saying about maybe we should just find allies at work, right? I mean, people people that you associate with, or I mean, connect with. I mean, it's like Periscope. I can't follow everybody on Periscope. You find the people that you relate to, right? So I think to our Periscope viewer there, I think that's our question, is our agreement there from all of us, is to make sure we find that. John, I have someone has kind of sent me a message regarding what you got coming up in May, and then we're going to get into something about children here. So tell us, do you want to release any of that now, or at least how they can contact you? Or I've got somebody send me a message, they would like to know how to contact you. Can you give us any information like that? Of course you can.
Yeah. So,
do you have the confidence to do that, John?
I will muster up the confidence to do that. So, guess what? The more people who I can empower and allow them to have more confidence, it's this wonderful energy that we share. As you become stronger, it totally reaffirms my whole journey. It validates all of the difficult parts of my life that I had to overcome. Mastering all the skills of confidence. It's a joy to teach. Please, the easiest way is, at the moment, if you find me on Facebook, I'm going to allow you into a private group. Now, in this private group, I'm going to be sharing 10 of my best strategies to help you get the confidence. Now, if you go online and search 10 confidence techniques, their effectiveness will be limited because, one, you're not going to have a supportive network. I'm very, very careful about the people I allow into my groups. Number two, the techniques are not tried and tested. Thank you very much. On Facebook, so go to Facebook and just type right at the top of the banner, type in either hashtag get self-belief or type in ask Jai, and you'll find this friendly face. Friend request me. Let me know where you saw me, and I will invite you to this private group. The reason I have a private group is that some people, they're not keen that their work colleagues or their family members know that they're finally ready to face their confidence issues. When we try and deal with our confidence issues, we're so frightened of failing or of reaching challenges that we can't accomplish, and that's why I've created a very safe environment. So I came up with the confidence gym because we don't need to do any physical training, but there are exercises that you have to do. And if physical training is your thing, that can also work. But yeah, so please reach out to me at Get Self Belief on Twitter or hashtag Get Self Belief on Facebook, and then you should see this friendly face, friend request, and I'll be very happy to support you.
Well, thank you, Jai. And I'm just going to go ahead and just put this out. I've done some work with Jai in the past, and I can tell you that what he says can happen. I mean, whatever area that you might be struggling in confidence building, or even just refiring from a retirement, or maybe just seeing, okay, how do I get, from point A to point B with this belief I have, or this dream I have, or this book I'm trying to get out, or what it is. How do you do that? And I can tell you that, but I mean, you don't put all your eggs in one basket, but I can tell you what, when it comes to confidence, this is the man I would go to right here. Okay. If you need some brand specialists, well, I'd go down here to Australia. I'd just, find all these people all over the world. Right. And, just kind of connect with them, but have the, trust is easy to get, ladies and gentlemen, but it's very hard to get back. So when somebody can take wrong of you, on the internet, then you'll never deal with them again, obviously. So, and they won't have a good reputation. But I can tell you, this man right here, and my co-host down there, if Dr. Keith needs them for one of their specialties, then that's who I'm going to go to. And that's not a paid commercial. That is a free commercial. So, which are the best. So, all right, Jai, let's get into, for the last few minutes we have here together, about 15 more minutes. Let's talk about children. My forte is growing up without a dad. I had no one to mentor me. My mom, now she kicked me in the butt when she needed to, right? But nobody mentored me. Nobody guided me. Nobody said, hey, I'm going to take this young man under my wings. And, but I think it's important today. I mentor a kid. I mentored actually hundreds of kids, but over the years, but I mentor this kid currently, and he has no dad involvement. So how do we as parents, we see a child that's struggling in school to make friends or struggling, they want to play football, but they're scared to go out there because they don't know anybody, that kind of thing. Okay, let's start with that. What is your, I know you have two young boys, so what are you doing to build confidence in them, and what advice could you give these parents?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was actually going to share 12 steps, 12 strategies that the people that are on my Get Self-Belief course, have been very subtly been learning without realizing, which is part of my teaching technique. So the very first thing, so somebody says, so your child says, or even if you're experiencing, I'd like to achieve this goal, yet I'm nervous or I'm hesitating about it. Understand that there's more than one way to achieve it. And guess what? And it's probably going to take more than one strategy in order to make it comfortable for you to get to that outcome. So, and the very first one is feel the pressure building up, that the feelings of hesitating, of doubt, of feeling nervous of the unknown, and own it. Just feel it, release it, and then start. So for some people, it's just hold your breath and give it a go, and then realize it's okay. So if you suffer from anxiety attacks, if that's a strategy you tried before, just using only willpower to get you there, and you find that doesn't work for you, and guess what? For some people, it does work. It can just be simply a case of don't think about it, just do it. Another way can be a case of stand on the sidelines, have a look. Is that your sport? Maybe it's not going to be soccer, maybe it's going to be basketball. So for some people, so for me, it used to be a case of, okay, let's have a look at this. Is this really the thing that I want to do? And give yourself a timeline and say, okay, look, I'm willing to look at this for a day, for a week, and then I want to make a decision. Is it going to be a yes or a no? And then it's okay, look, I've reached that deadline. Am I going to give that a go or not? And then say, hey, look, why don't you just try one game, 5 minutes? Feel it, and just so you can be absolutely sure. And so hopefully, as you heard, it's not just one tactic. It's understanding that you've got to get a good 360 viewpoint of the whole issue, so that your confidence will definitely grow whatever the outcome. What if I do it and I don't like it? What if I do it? What if I overcome this hesitation and I get hurt? If you were fully informed and you felt okay about it and you're willing to accept, oh, look, hey, I just got a basketball to the head. Hey, it's not for me. Then you will still come out of that experience feeling very, very positive and confident. Yeah. So.
Okay, Jai. I've got a few more minutes here. We're going to go back down to Ariel in just a moment, but I have a question for you. Who motivates Jai?
Who motivates?
Who's your mentor that you go after? I know there's one down there. I can't think of his last name, so I'm not going to try with the first or the last name right now, but you gave me a book on him. I know that he's one of them, right?
So I've got tons. So Keith is a fantastic mentor of mine, and it's
really
all you've got to do.
I didn't set you up for that. I promise. I didn't know that.
No. So Keith knows. So Keith is always learning. Surely you already know this, and probably that's why we developed such a good connection. And it's hey Keith, what are you reading? Hey, and it's so the continual growth. But Keith, so to me, you're an incredible mentor. An area that I really admire is your incredible productivity, your work ethic. See, I know, just the nods. It's the how can you not say, yeah. So I'm in awe and in total respect of how much you do. what gets my heart fired up is the reach, the amount of people that would not have access to this information that you're just continuously, just freely and generously giving away. And it's just, I totally get that. And I just have total admiration because I know what it takes. I know how much learning you have to do in the background to produce all of this stuff. Mm. And it's how can you not be inspired? So sorry, Keith.
That's not what I meant, Jai. I did not set up for that, I promise. All right. But the main thing is to keep you going, though. You got to find mentors, right? I mean, people should find mentors.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt.
And read good books.
So, find the good books. Periscope was a fantastic place because you could see how what people were like genuinely. And guess what? You can look at a polished video, and some people are sadly just faking it. So I really respect someone that's done the mileage and that's giving and giving and giving and giving, and that gets on radio shows, that gets on Periscope, that's giving away all of this information that typically we used to just package up in a book and not let people have access to. So Keith, I think you're an exceptional mentor, and I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful to have met you.
Well, thank you, Jai. I'm going to tell one thing, and then, or actually, one and a half things, and then I'm going to turn it to my friend Ariel. Okay, here we go. When I was younger, when my daughter was younger, she taught me into jumping out of an airplane because I told her how to set goals, and she did that, right? So she called me one day. She said, "Dad, I've got us a reservation." I said, "What to?" She said, "To jump out of the airplane." I go, "What?" She said, "Well, remember you told me how to set goals, and you promised me 10 years ago." This when she was 11, how to jump out of an airplane, or that we would jump out of an airplane together. I made a promise as a dad, right? And too many times dads forget their promises. Well, I'd forgotten that promise. However, it was a promise, and I actually took a step of big faith and jumped out of an airplane. And you talk about the confidence I needed for that. Whew. But you know what? I was writing my first book at the time, didn't have a title for the last one. And actually, The Sky is the Limit became that title because when I jumped out, I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. I encourage anybody, if you have a fear of skydiving or heights, go skydiving, because once you do it, either one thing is going to happen or the other, all right? And the one thing is that you're going to land safely, or the other, you're not. But the thing is that it is an amazing building of confidence in yourself. So, all right, Ariel, how are you? Come on back. Talk to us.
I'm awesome, guys. I'm awesome.
Or let Zyler talk to us.
Yeah, absolutely. She's been talking the whole time and walking around, and actually we're talking about gummy bears at the moment. So so we're having a party here at my place right now. So I have an amazing question to ask all of our viewers, and especially our Periscope viewers, because I know that they can type in their answers here. And I would like to ask this question to you guys. How would you be more confident in your life? And if so, would that change your life? And that is such a beautiful question to ask ourselves, and especially as parents, because sometimes we feel not so confident in the choices that we make. So that's the really great question to ask ourselves, especially when we wake up in the morning, is how can we embody confidence every day so that we can show our children how to be more confident and confident in making choices and decisions, because later in life, when they're 12, when they're 16, when they're 18, and even when they're 50, we still have to make decisions. We still have to take responsibilities. And as parents as we are, it is our responsibility to teach our children how to be confident. And as you can see, she is pushing the SQ around, so she's getting all the confidence and all the strength that she can get. So that's what we do. We teach our children confidence and teach them to be happy. So I'm going to say that question again for all our viewers: is how can you be more confident in your life? And if so, how important is that really to you? I know I just paraphrased that, but just showing you this how important it is to be confident. And as Jai has said in our talk today, is that confidence can be a natural thing. It can be authentic. And that's how confidence is bred, not by being fake, not by putting on a happy smile every day, because we know exactly how that feels every day when we don't feel confident and we're putting on that fake smile. So today is about asking that question, how can you be more confident? And if so, would that seriously change your life? So back to you, Keith.
Thank you so much. I'm just watching, people.
You're welcome.
I'm just watching people come on and off of Periscope here. Somebody came up and said everybody needs to ask themselves that pretty much, how can I make myself better? Because I feel like, ladies and gentlemen, if you make yourself better each day, you're going to make your world better around you. Just as Gandhi said, to
Absolutely.
be the change, you want to be the change. If there's issues in your life, if there's ungrowth, if you're stagnant in your life, you go out and get some miracle grow and pour it at your feet and start growing a little bit, okay? Because I'm telling you, I am a life learner, as Jai said earlier. I will continue to learn until the day they put me in a box. I'm not perfect, and if we all admit that, we're going to build that self-confidence in ourselves. So, all right, so that is it. I'm seeing a question come across. Okay, that's a huge question. I guess she's on Periscope responding to you, Ariel, I guess, about that.
Absolutely. What's the question?
Was about that, asking yourself, or just, I guess, maybe to myself. The question I bounced off of you is to ask ourselves, about that, how to grow. So, okay, as we go to wrap up in the next 5 minutes or so, John, I want you to just come back to us and tell us what you think about, okay, so here we are, it's 2017. What's a good confident building plan? A year, 2000, or 18, 19, 20, 3-year plan? What is somebody, if you really have no confidence, maybe you have credits behind your name or titles or whatever, but you just had a lull. What is a good plan that someone, I know they can come to you and get courses, and that I recommend that highly, and so does Ariel, I'm sure. But the thing is, what can they do? They start laying out a plan. Could they expect difference in a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year? What's a good time frame to at least start building confidence? Because I know the more you build, the more you'll receive. So what are your thoughts on that, sir?
Can I just quickly jump in? Because I want to be a testament to this. When Jai and Keith and I started the mastermind with Jai, it literally took me 3 months to cultivate confidence. So confidence can be just like that, as click of your fingers, or it could take 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, or even 2, just depending. So I just want to put my sense in. Thank you, darling. I just want to put my sense in words that confidence can be created instantly. It's up to you. It's up to your mindset.
Thank you so much, Ariel. Because it's one thing is me saying it, another is hearing it from somebody, that actually, experiences that. So literally we can have, oh, hey, you know what? I feel really confident about that. And there can be that fleeting moment or have that certainty about that one tiny thing. Or we can have the confidence that really makes a change, that really gives us a smile and the feeling of progress. And that can occur from 30 days onward. So a confident feeling, please understand, you can have that confidence right now. So that confidence you can have, hey, you know what? I'm confident that if I let go of this, it's going to fall down. Okay, so we understand the rules of confidence, and we can have any specific confidence within ourselves, but it can only last 5-10 seconds. If you want a confidence that that's going to build and build and build and build, apparently it takes 21 days. It takes X amount of days. It takes how much you're willing to put in and how realistic you are. So the more confidence you've had in the past, it could take an hour, and I can give you all of that confidence back. If you're someone that's been in a dark place for a very long time, you know what? It might take 3 hours, but within 7 days, your confidence will make a huge leap. Confidence that sticks is what you continue to practice after those 7 days, and then can you imagine how much bigger it gets after 3 months? The challenges are going to still keep coming, so you've got to make sure that you are around people that are going to support you, that are going to train with you, that are going to challenge you to go that much further, instead of allowing the external environment to challenge you. Be within a group of people that are going to say, oh, what if you tried this? What if you went for this? Do you feel ready to do this? And so having a group that supports you, that's going to celebrate your successes with you, and that's going to ask you, well, why haven't you done this? That's going to hold you accountable, will continually catapult your confidence. So in short, the answer is exactly what Ariel said.
Yeah, and I like to echo that, because confidence is also about giving yourself permission to be confident. And I can remember Jai and I talking about this like right at the beginning. And I think this is like almost close to maybe a year or two ago now that we had this conversation. And I remember it. And Jai said, Ariel, just allow yourself to have permission. And what permission is just allowing yourself to go, okay, I get to choose to be confident. And I can, how can I say this? I'm sure there are so many people out there who's going, I don't feel confident, but I think I am. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. And then some people are out there going, oh, I'm confident, but really they're not confident when it comes to showing up, being online, or just showing up in areas of our lives, especially parenting. And sometimes we do, not feel so confident about that. But just give yourself permission to be confident. And I'm sure that Jai, he's nodding his head. So obviously he's definitely in total agreement with when I say this. Seriously, guys, give yourself permission and breathe, because
Absolutely.
It's going to be okay.
And we're getting agreements on Periscope,
Okay.
so I appreciate that, all that interaction.
How many hearts are we up to?
Well, actually, it froze on my
hearts are
end,
we
but
up
I can
to?
go back and watch the replay. But I know one lady was over 2,000, so yeah, it was really cool.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so
That
she's probably gonna be our winner.
awesome,
But
guys. Thank you so much.
I'll let you guys know offline. But I mean, it keeps freezing on my end, but maybe Glenda's can see it on the inside. But all right, so Ariel, you want to share our Facebook page, and we'll wrap up with Mr. Jai and let him get to bed, because he's way ahead of us and you're way under us.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I'm in the middle. Right. So, Jai, look at our Facebook page. What's come along here?
Yeah. Just let me know you can see my screen here. Yeah,
we can see it.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for the thumbs up. Excellent. Okay, so guys, this is just our Straight Talk with Parents Facebook page. You can go to www.facebook.com, The Straight Talk with Parents. I forgot to say the backslash there, but it's / The Straight Talk with Parents. We will put all of our video today on this page. As you can see, I'll just scroll down quickly. You can always see that we post out quite a number of times during the week to let you know who we're hosting, what's going down, what is happening. So this whole Straight Talk with Parents is basically just teaching parents. It's amazing we got Jai around here, because it is about confidence. That's what the Straight Talk Parents is. But it's also about providing parents with a place of resource. So they have all of this knowledge. It's freely given. We're so grateful that we're able to come on here and have so many amazing hosts. There you go. There's our little echo. So definitely, she's putting her hand up for us. So this is just a place for all of our parents and mums and dads and grandparents and whoever else may be out there just to listen. If they're becoming a parent as well, this is a great resource for all parents to come to. And we are about the straight talk. So there's no lies, there's no fluff, there's no buff here. We just give it to you straight. And this is how you can get in contact with us. This is how you know what will be upcoming, and we share all of our goodies here, and you're more than welcome to click on the contact us page, and I will get to the top and just click here, and you can basically just get in contact with Keith or myself or Glenda, and we can obviously help you and put you in the right direction.
Thank you, Ariel. And as we
You're
continue
welcome.
to grow in that, we just seem to be each week getting new and newer members. So we're excited. We're going to be doing some planning over the summer for that page. So we're excited about that. All right. Well, Jai, I think we have done it. You have been an amazing, amazing guest. And we've been getting a few amazing guests lately, but I really appreciate that and everything you've done, everything you're doing, everything you're going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now, and Ariel and I can give you a thumbs up for this. If you're interested in building confidence in anything you're doing, go visit with Jai, just like he said. Contact him regarding this upcoming May class, because he's selective. I'm going to tell you, he's selective. He puts you through a rigmarole, and just want to know just how serious you are. But you know what? When it comes to this, you want somebody that's serious about building, because if they I mean, Ariel and I, we know where we were a year ago, but I mean, and today she and I have branched out and actually working to help other people. So it's that ripple effect that I talk about. So, Mr. Jai Garcia, we appreciate you so much. Thank
Absolutely.
you once again, Jai. Give us your contact information for the ending.
So on Twitter, please find me at Get Self Belief. So Get Self Belief on Twitter, and on Facebook, if you type in the hashtag Get Self Belief, I'm hoping that my picture will pop up, or you may just need to type in Ask Jai or Jai Garcia, and it'll be a nice cheesy face. Yeah, please reach out. I'll be very happy to support you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that puts an hour of Straight Talk in the books with Mr. Jai Garcia from the United Kingdom, building confidence in parents and their children. And if there's more that you want to learn about, you can contact him directly. And we are so excited to have him. We appreciate him and what he has done with us this week, this evening, because I mean, confidence is something we need, something that we truly need in our lives. So, but if you want to know more about what we're doing here at Straight Talk, stay with our Facebook page, and we're here each Monday night on 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have a topic for us, please send that in a message, and one of us will get it and take that to our team and decide on that. And then tomorrow night on the Dad Connection radio show, I'll be at 108praiseradio.com starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 1 hour with an amazing guest from Alaska, Pastor Ron Pratt, who's known as Papa Bear Alaska. And he does some amazing scopes in that beautiful land out there in Alaska. So I look forward to that show as well. So contact us there. You can learn more about it, everything we're doing at Dads for Life at our Facebook page, dadsforlife.org. And you can learn more about Jai Garcia and the Get Self movement at wherever he told you to go to, right? Facebook page. He's on Periscope. He's on Twitter. He's on Facebook. He is everywhere, actually. And we appreciate you, Jai. And we appreciate each and every one of you for following us here tonight. Thank you, Jai. Good night, sir.
Thank you so much for having me. Absolutely love the show. Thank you, Ariel.
Thank you.
You guys are doing amazing. So, yeah,
Ariel,
I'm honored to be part of it.
Appreciate you, my friend. And anything we can do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, anything we can do to help you out there, parents, just let us know. We're going to do our best to try to find a resource for you that fits your need, because your children do need to be. We ask that you encourage, enhance, and enrich their lives, because they're our future tomorrow, right? We need you to be positive with them and training them up so they can change our world tomorrow. So, guys, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for Periscope viewers. Good night, everyone. This is Dr. Keith with Dads for Life, Miss Ariel Wheeler of Her Brand, and Mr. Jai Garcia, our wonderful guest from Get Self Belief and theconfidencegym.com. Good night. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.